This is going to use
and celebrating that Rotary this year. With pledge and four-way test. Come on.
Trying again the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the four-way test of the things we say and do. First,
is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Way to go.
Thank you. You guys are used to mood lighting. I thought we would get back to full lighting. Inspirational moment. Yeah. Okay.
You're making this up.
See.
Well, I'm going to be inspiring today. I try to be inspiring all the time. The first thing, these are going to be some little one-liners from my own life that inspire me, and I hope they'll inspire you. First two are from my childhood, and some of you know that my mother was widowed when I was an infant, and was raised in my grandparents' home who never spoke English. The family events, just poor laborers. And one thing I learned from my grandfather, if you would all put your hands flat on the table, one hand, curl one finger. This was in World War II. You could not get metal during World War II. Straighten that finger out. And that's what Grandpa had to do to drive nails. He had to straighten out the old bent nails. And that taught me, among other things,
So I'd let you know.
Was you can make something good out of what's worn out instead of just throwing it away and buying a new one. That's one lesson. Another important lesson I got from my grandmother. As kids, we would go out and we would have our little snacks and
Stay at the microphone.
We wanted to be sure that I wanted to be sure that nobody got my snack. Well, I told my grandmother. She stood in the kitchen and she pointed at me. She says, "When you have food, you share it." She said very sternly, my Nana taught me to share. Wow. And that was those are two real important lessons in my life. Here's one from my early time in real estate. Many of you remember when interest rates were 16 and 18%. I talked to my mother. She said, "Johnny, how good is Almont, sir?" I put up a sign, I put ad in the paper, phone's not ringing. And she gave me the best advice she had. "Johnny, if your phone isn't ringing, make somebody else's phone ring." And that works not only in business, but that works in your personal life too. If your phone's not ringing, make somebody else's phone ring. And I learned this from an agent in my office whose dad was in the car business. He said, "If you don't ask, the answer is no." And from my father-in-law, two people of goodwill can always find a way to reach agreement. And one last thing, do your giving while you're living, and then you're knowing where it's going. Warren Buffett and Bill Gates have done the same thing. They've committed to giving half of their fortune to charity.
Yep.
And so if you got a little bit extra, whether it's 5 or 50 or 500 or 5,000 or 50,000, give some of it away. Yep. That's it. Wow.
Thank you. That was very cool. Okay, let's introduce visiting Rotarians and guests. We have a big wig in the house. Ruth Reese, our assistant governor. If you have any questions on how to manage DAC TV, or call him, please. If you call me, I'll give you his number. And then Rotarians with guests. Yeah, why don't you give us stand up and
I brought today, I brought Carol Garden, and I've been telling her what a great group this is, and how warm and friendly the people here are. So, welcome. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Judy, we have past District Governor Jim Lucier on Zoom.
Okay, hello, Jim, on Zoom. Nice to see you. Look at Sally's pictures, isn't that fun? Okay, and I think our assistant governor has an announcement for us.
As you may know, back in Rotary Club Central, there are goals that have to be set by a president, and then they talk about the goals for the club and with the board of directors. Last year, your club accomplished those goals. Jim, would you please come up?
Mike, Sam.
And you have a citation.
Last one.
All right, congratulations.
The rest of my, you want some chips with that?
Congratulations.
Barbecue or regular?
And somebody has to mute themselves.
Line up over here. I'm sorry?
We still have a lot of cards.
Oh, okay, there are some cards circulating.
To sell, 50-50
Cards to buy. Okay. Who's in charge of running? Okay, thanks, Lisa. Okay, any announcements? There's nobody in the house with announcements? Okay, what was my announcement? I'll think of it in a minute. Come on.
Some of you have asked me about ordering one of these name badges. So we did an initial ordering, but people have come into the club since then. So these are $12, and if you would like one of these, please go back to the pool table, sign up on the sign-up sheet. You can write a check to Firelight Laser Design, or you can leave $12 in the envelope. Please write clearly so I know how you want your name tag spelled out, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, I remember the announcement today. There will be a celebration of life at 2 o'clock in here for someone. So as Luke said, we need to get the hell out of here right after the meeting. And so I wanted to say that, and also I want to announce that we donated some extra funds from our mural fund, now the community art fund, to the city of Grants Pass, and that's that they'll be able to do 2 more utility boxes, and they're very excited and said to say thank you. Okay, and then a final reminder, or another reminder for the district conference, we're going to sponsor the Friday night event, which will have a Western theme, and just be thinking now, each one bring one, you know, who's a guest that you might want to invite to that event down the road. And I also forgot to say welcome to all the furry friends today. Those of us who are dog lovers are pretty excited to have these guests in the house. So, and I think Steve, oh no, Tommy, who's going to introduce our speaker? Steve. Tommy.
Yeah, they both
They're
both ready.
Okay.
Oh, you want to introduce Steve?
Well, yes, let's introduce Steve. Hi, Steve. Come on up.
Actually, I'm not doing the introduction though.
Every week something different happens, so here we go.
So this introduction is Hope is making the introduction, not me. I'm just making it for her. So I know that some of my four-legged friends are strays, unwanted, displaced, and abandoned. These animals' lives may not have the hope that I do. They may not have food, water, shelter, or love. However, I do know a place that offers hope to animals that may not have a warm bed to sleep in, food to eat, and water to drink. This place is the Rogue Valley Humane Society. Today we are going to hear from Margaret Varner, the executive director, and Margaret is going to update us on why the Rogue Valley Humane Society offers my four-legged animals, including my feline friends, an opportunity to be well cared for while they're waiting forever homes with adoption. these animals to become adopted, to become wonderful pets, to become part of a family that brings joy and hope to everyone involved. We can all make a difference, all animals in our community. Margaret has lived in the Rogue Valley for over 20 years, and please help myself and Steve welcome Margaret Varner.
Thank you. Hi there, everybody. Thank you so much for having me, or us, I should say. This is Kona. Kona is an RVHS alumni. He is almost 10 years old, and he actually came to us via a young lady who thought he would be a wonderful surprise addition to the family. Mom, Dad, look what I bought with my allowance. And at the time, Kona was about 5 weeks old, and Mom and Dad said, guess what? You don't have to feed them. So the young family came out and they basically said, here you go. And Kona, ever since, has been with me. Kona comes to senior centers. I don't know if he'll stay with you. He's kind of a mom's boy. And so Kona comes out and he'll do senior centers. He does our humane education program. He's really, he's kind of a nervous fellow, but he's really a sweet guy. Are you going to be in? So the Rogue Valley Humane Society is near and dear to my heart. I have been with the Rogue Valley Humane Society close to almost 21 years now. It's a lot to say about that. And you said, thank you. Go boy. Thank you. So it's near and dear to my heart, and a lot of hard work has gone into what we do at the Humane Society. When I first started, there was 2 of us, and my position, basically, I worked for free for over 2 years and found out that the Humane Society didn't do any kind of fundraising or have that many volunteers come out. I guess in the past, the Humane Society had, just like every foundation, its ups and downs and growing pains, and we surely did. For me, I'm an animal control officer out of California, and one of the last things that I did was remove a dog from a home, and her puppies were freezing to the ground. I was attacked by a gang member, Kristen Thede, and came at me with a lead pipe. And at that moment, my daughter was about 3 years old. I kind of figured, is this something that I really want to pursue? You know, animals have always been near and dear to my heart, but that kind of brought a new reality, and it was a little scary. My sister had lived in this area for years and years, and we knew it was very family oriented, and it was somewhere that I wanted to be. And she said, you have to come here, you have to come see the Humane Society. So that's indeed what I did. And well, almost 22 years later, I am now the executive director, and I can't even imagine being anywhere else. I love our community. I love my volunteers. It's been a whirlwind. We have, I mean, just gone through our ups and downs as well. We survived COVID, you know, those few years of not being able to operate at 100% capacity, not having enough staff members. It still today affects us, and we're still trying to adapt every day. And I think that's really what makes RVHS so special, is that we do adapt. And here in the Rogue Valley, not sure if y'all know, but we have a problem with community cats. So community cats is one of the things that we really focused on. Oh no, you're not healthy. That we've really focused on, and we've done a lot of spaying and neutering at our expense and with the good graces of the community. And today I sat down and briefly chatted with my staff to give you folks a little bit of number-wise what we're doing. So right now, 22 years later, I can tell you, I have never not had dogs at the Humane Society. Today, I have 0 dogs.
Wow.
Really, reason being is with COVID and the ups and downs of hiring, we've had a lot of turnover in staff. A lot of times people feel that all we do is snuggle puppies and kitties, and that's not always the case. And so you can actually go to McDonald's and make $15 an hour, and that's a lot of what we found. So it was, how do we sustain what we're doing? How do we keep people excited? And so we have taken a look at our training, how we bring in new staff members, and what we offer monetarily. So now it's a full turnaround. We just have our floors redone in the kennels, and that's why, one of the reasons we don't have dogs. Happy to say that after
about 179 days of one dog being with us, we did finally adopt her. We're more of a sanctuary. Dogs and cats that come to our facility aren't given a time limit. It's whatever it takes to find them a home. When we commit, we really commit. And it doesn't matter if we have to do $5,000 worth of vet work, it's what we're going to fundraise to do. So again, a little bit more sanctuary-like. We run our facility like a hospital. And again, circling back to those community cats, after talking to my staff this morning, I found out that we've done over 650 cats and kittens. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry, over 834 cats and kittens, spays and neuters. We've done 650 cat adoptions and kittens, which is a very large number. I'm going to say probably 294 of those spays and neuters were some of the community cats, and we do that at our expense. So in having me out here today, one of the things I really wanted to hit home and tell you about was we're always looking for new board members. We're always looking for great people like y'all to help fundraise. One of the programs is our low-cost spay and neuter. Happy to announce that we just hired our second veterinarian, which is huge for this area. I luckily was a visionary and had the ability to see that Grants Pass was doing nothing but growing, and that we were going to need to start offering low-cost services to the community. Which we totally do. Those community cats that we've seen are, which is track, neuter, and release, we have paid for out of our budget. And we spend on an average about $150 per cat. And some of these cats, when they come in, are in pretty bad shape. So whether we're doing sub-Q fluids, antibiotics, flea meds, ear mites, these are non-paying clients. And so you figure at about 150 cats and 294, you guys can do the math, it's pretty pricey. What I'm finding is every Monday, to keep this program going, to be able to offer this to the community, I'm looking at about $5,000 to raise every Monday. So kill me now, or help me raise the money. And so, you know, at Rotary, what you do in the community is so wonderful. And you guys used to do, I believe, the doggy dash for us. And just like with every event, things kind of run their course. But if any of you have some wonderful ideas on events, please, we could definitely use some help. And so in order to, you know, keep helping the community in the way that we do and offer no cost spays and neuters for community cats, that's what we love to do. So in hiring that second veterinarian, I'm really happy because where we're going is, I'm not sure if you folks that have pets have recently tried to get into your local veterinarian. It's really tough. It's really tough, whether you have money or not. The appointments are just not there. And so that's what we're kind of hoping to fill the void, offering our community those low cost services. So any questions before I get in? That's an easy group. Yeah. Okay. Right now, so we have some really fabulous outreach programs. During COVID, we really realized one of our wonderful programs, Gamma Meals, is where we go out and we help homebound seniors, low-income folks with pet food. And if it means, you know, delivering pet food once a month, whether it's locally or rurally, that's what we're doing. It really, especially during COVID, just something as simple as a bag of food and saying hi to a senior citizen really made the difference. It lowers their blood pressure for us to bring a pet out, or just simply, you know, say hi to our neighbors. Oh, little Fufu has long nails. Do you need help getting vet services? So making those connections in the community was really needed, and it made us understand that we need more programs like that. So currently we have about 40 homebound seniors that we're delivering pet food monthly to. We also have a food bank where last year we donated over 5,000 individual people worth of pet food at our expense or by donation. So what we're finding is that the need in the community is more and more. And so if you have an open bag of food, if your pet's kind of finicky and you don't know what to do with that food, feel free to bring it to us because we are not picky and we love to share, and it really helps in the community do what we're doing. We have a lot of events that keep us going. Thank you to Mr. Rowe for your wonderful donation towards our fur ball. The wonderful businesses in our community really made this fur ball a wonderful event. I've been doing fur ball, which is it's a high-end dinner, live auction, silent auction, raffle, and we've been doing it. We just had our 15th, and I'm happy to report this year I made more than ever. We raised about $79,000, which is record for us. So yay, thank you. Every bit of this goes back into the community. I brought some pictures to share. We do a lot of community programs. We have a lot of students coming out that do intern. You guys would be surprised, maybe if you have any kids, grandkids, they come out to the Humane Society for our critter camp or doing any intern work. We have 3 days of surgery, and it's really interesting to see some of the high school kids come out and they want to get into the medical field. And then after they leave surgical, not so much. You don't realize the amount of, internal organs, things like that. And it's not like it's super gory, but I think sometimes they bite off a little bit more than they can chew. It's kind of funny, you do your little tour and ask kids, how was it? And there's one young lady in particular, I remember kind of looking in and she's watching the doctor perform surgery, and you could see her kind of getting a little teeter, and I'm thinking, oh no, he's going down. And so it was funny because she kind of sucked it up and she had a watery mouth, and we're walking back down, and I said, well, how did it all go? And did you enjoy, what you learned today? And the young lady goes, I learned, maybe I don't want to do surgery. I said it felt like I had a mouthful of pennies. And I was passed out, and I go, well, you did fine, and it's a lot. And I go, but don't give up on your dream. And so I think it's a little bit of a reality, but we really appreciate the students coming out and learning what we have to offer our different programs. And again, adapting every day. And, rather than saying Humane Society does this, and this, I'm just going to say it's that we really change with the times. That we set the tone in the community. For us, nothing less than the standard of excellence will do, and that's what we want to have the kids of tomorrow understand too, because without their volunteerism, their donating, chatting us up in the community. I mean, the wonderful kids doing lemonade stands this last week, that's amazing to me, and so groups like the Rotary, you all inspire philanthropy, volunteering, and you all inspire me. So thank you so much for having us. And again, feel free, any questions, comments, we'd love to hear them. Yes.
So, let's move up to the microphone. Sorry, I just wanted to
Could you describe the various organizations that deal with animals and whatnot? I mean, I know there's more than just a Rogue Valley, there's SNF, and those kind of give us just a real quick overview of all of them and what they do. Sure.
Absolutely. So we do a lot of networking. One of the things in this valley is there's a lot of nonprofit groups vying for the same funds. So whether it's Chilco Standing or whether it's Shelter Friends or the shelter itself, it's the county shelter. There's a few other groups in the area as well that work with animals. So we don't limit our stuff to just King County. We network with San Diego. I've mentored under Mike Arms, who is with Helen Woodward. He's a pioneer in our field, just wonderful. We also deal a lot with the Feral Cat Advocacy Center in Medford. We do a little bit with Southern Oregon Humane Society. We also transfer a lot of our kitties up north to other no-kill humane societies. So whether it's Salem, the Salem campus, or our own Oregon Humane Society, there's a lot of different groups. But for us, we just tend to network with a lot of different groups.
I'm gonna read your questions in. Patrice Hanlon said that she works at the food bank and she wants to know how they can direct seniors and homebound folks to your organization if they need food for their pets.
Great question. So definitely jump on to our website, reach out to us, send us an email. You can give us a call. As far as being on the food bank, it's not something that we're not going to give you the Spanish Inquisition. If you need food, you need food. But if you're on our meals program and we're delivering it we just ask that you fill out a form, which you're more than welcome to call the Humane Society or reach out via email, and we can get you the proper paperwork.
I know you don't have any dogs right now, but do you only house the dogs or do you do some training with the dogs?
Great, another great question.
I'll run my.
So great question. So as soon as the dog or kitty enters the facility, especially with the dogs, is really important. We begin training immediately because an animal, especially dog that's trained, is more than likely going to be one that stays in a home. So we're super big about brain enrichment. Our animals actually, especially dogs, don't just stay at the facility. We do trips to our local parks. Home Pierce is a really great one. We do redwood trips, coastal trips. We do a lot of hiking. So a lot of brain enrichment. Absolutely. Other questions?
Can you speak a little bit more about what's available for service dogs? What kind of training might be in the community for service dogs?
So as far as training dogs go, we have our private trainer who's a holistic trainer, Roman, and he's actually in Eugene. I can get you Roman's holistic training info. But service dogs, we don't deal with training them. There's I think Sandy Mays does United Angels in the community. She's a really great resource as well to reach out to her. And then there's also the APC as well to reach out to that would have more specifics on that.
Are you part of SNP? Is that your organization? No, that's separate.
That's another wonderful question. So we do work with SNP. Sally Mapper is amazing what she's accomplished in Medford, her and her group. So we're doing a lot of referring back and forth. We still do a lot of TNR in Medford. And so we're all around, all working together. But we did hire our second veterinarian, and we're in the process of getting the legalities in place, paperwork, medical board, things like that, to where we will be opening up low-cost services for the community as well. And that will be limited as to what we can do.
Thank you. Could you, we have a kitty from your organization who went through your foster care system. I didn't mention that. Could you please explain how that works?
Yes, sir. I love it. That's why there's so much to remember. So these questions, it's like I usually have my elevator scale ready in case I meet, you know, one of our wonderful celebrities or somebody great that can, you know, give us a lot of money. And then I'll sit down in front of groups and I'm like, darn it, I wish that I would have remembered. So fostering, near and dear to my heart. Those of you who have the newsletter, you'll probably see me on the front page. I just recently had 9 puppies in my house for 2 months. And so fostering is a really tough job. I prefer that volunteers do it rather than staff members. For us, if we're at home and we're fostering, it's kind of round the clock. Then you have to go to work and do it all over again. So, you know, at the end of 2 months, I can definitely tell you I was a little loopy, for sure. Not to mention my house is still trying to recuperate from 9 puppies. So fostering is, so we have a 24-hour neonate, and what that is we brought Hannah Shaw, the kitten lady, to Rogue Valley, and we did a conference for all Southern Oregon people that were in the animal field. She came out and she says, "You guys have a great place. Would you like to work on neonates?" And I said, absolutely. She gave us a grant. And so as a result, the entire upstairs of one of our buildings, we turned into a neonate. In order to keep that neonate going, it's 80 to 100,000. But in that, and that's just for the season, in that operation, what we're looking for is fosters. And once those babies are finished being in the incubators, we're looking for a nice solid home where they can just, you know, not have to go back into the facility. Because what happens is, you know, they're really more they kind of get stressed when they're used to being in a smaller area. The pheromone smells, any kind of illness, they're going to get it. So once they leave that neonate ward, we're looking for fosters, absolutely. So the foster program, I'm definitely a foster fail. That's where this one came from. And my 6 other kitties and my 2 other dogs. Yes, I have my crazy lady starter kit. And so that's the one part of fostering that's tough. One of the best things that we can do is give the gift of adoption to them as a foster parent. But you know, without foster homes, it's really tough for us to do what we do because there's only so many hours in the day. And so as a foster, whether it's a senior dog that's in hospice, that might be at its end of life, and the pet might not be suffering, but just needs a loving couch and a loving home. That's a tough one, is to do a hospice foster, but it's all necessary. So whether it's for a week or in my case, a couple of months, it could be. But if you're interested in fostering, please reach out to us, especially if you want to work with those little baby neonates. We have a lot of info that we want to share. It's kind of strenuous and it's a lot of details, but it's well worth it. Right. Okay.
I do have a question, but I have to share a couple of stories first. My wife and I were at a concert by Paula Poundstone. Paula Poundstone is a pretty good comedian. If you would like to listen to Wait, Don't Tell Me, she's on the panel every once in a while. She's pretty hilarious. So she's live at the Criterion in Metro, and she has a section where she asks the audience to go ahead and interact with her, ask some questions. And one raised her hand and said, I heard you had 12 cats, or 13 cats. What is it? And how did that happen? And Paul Poundstone said, well, I can tell you exactly how it happened. I had 12 cats. I got another one. Then we have 13. Secondly, I wanted to say that I had a parallel experience finding my daughter from the internships. Those of us who do the mock interviews at Grants Pass High also know that those students in the Career Academy do shadowing. So they go out and visit a site or a career that they might be interested in. Well, my daughter was planning to become a veterinarian all the way through elementary school and middle school. And then she did a shadow experience with a vet who happened to do nothing but stays and neuters the whole afternoon that she was with them. And she came home and said, I'm not going to be a vet. No, that happened in Salem. But advancing on, she has a master's in social work, and she specializes in relationships between animals and humans. She now works with the Humane Society in Kihei, Hawaii, which is a little ways away from Lahaina. Today is the 1-year anniversary of the fire. They had a lot of abandoned pets. She initiated a program where they provide food and pet vouchers to homeless people, so that the homeless people don't come and abandon their cats and their dogs in the Humane Society facility. So my question is, do we have any relationships with any of the Mint or other homeless population programs that can help those individuals maintain those pets, which are extra important for some of them as far as safety and companionship?
So we do work with a lot of homeless individuals, and there's a Oregon Street Dog project, and I believe it's a gal out of Ashland that runs it. And from time to time, she'll network with us. And so there's pretty much a lot of animal groups that we do network with, and we do stuff with Maui as well. We brought dogs here from New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina. We're going to actually start, in the past, I was thinking about bringing some of the meat trade dogs here, but with that comes different viruses. And so it's like, okay, well, let's reel that back in. I think we have enough of a problem here that we need to deal with. And so I'm really cautious as to what I do bring into the community, but we network a lot with other groups. And vouchers, you mentioned vouchers. Thank you again. You reminded me. We do have a low-cost voucher program that we're very thankful the 4-Way Foundation really helps us out with that every year. And so thank you, Four-Way Foundation, another wonderful foundation that helps us. You know, again, without the help of our community, business owners, there wouldn't be things like low cost and neuter vouchers, food bank programs, and things that we could offer the community. So again, to all of you, thank you so much for everything that you do for us to help keep us in operation. Because without you, there is no RVHS. So thank you. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
I can just shout it out. All right. I'm on my 6th Labrador Retriever, so I know how to train dogs. How do you train a cat?
That one's a tough one. For us, cats have staff, not owners. And so, yeah, they just staff. My cats definitely, they all talk, they all tell me hello. And it's tough. A lot of treats. We have those little pouches, the little churro pouches, little kibbles. If any of you have tried to put a harness on a kitty and walk a harness, or a kitty on a harness, all of a sudden it's the heaviest thing in the world and they drop to the ground. So once I master that, I'll come chat with you a little bit further, but right now I'm just gonna answer the question what they have staff and not owners. Any other questions? Too easy, really? Nothing? Well, thank you so much again for having fun with myself. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Margaret. You know, I know I speak for everyone when I say your passion. We can feel your passion, and we just are very fortunate to have someone with your background and passion in our community taking care of little ones. How many of you have a dog or a cat? Okay, so yeah, that doesn't surprise me in this particular club. I just have a quick story I'm going to tell about. It's probably 15 years ago. I've always had Shih Tzus. And I was living in Salem, and I volunteered and donated and so forth at the Humane Society there. And one night, an APB came out that there was a dachshund mom with 8 puppies, and somebody needed to foster. And so I think I must have been drinking wine. And oh, I'm in. And so I didn't last 24 hours. I could not care. But it's so hard. There were so many of them, and they were making a mess every day. I went back and gave them $500 and said, I am a failed foster. But they were like, it's okay. We're glad that you said that. They're happy for the donation, but mostly not everybody can do it. You know, you just don't. It's incredibly time consuming, and you've got to have a lot of patience. So, okay, I think we're up. Are we up for sergeants now? Come on up. We got our great dog walker.
Okay. We got time, so I'm going to talk. Okay, so first of all, a little bit of business from the overlords of Rotary. One of them is we have greeters, and greeters are generally a task for newer members that sit up in front there. And the reason for greeter is for that new member to try to get to know all of us people who've been here a while. But sometimes somebody comes in the door who's not a member, and they're either new to the club or they've been invited in or whatever. Carol's a prime example. Welcome, Carol. And it's up to us members that have been here a long time to recognize that person is new. And it's not for the new member to talk to that new person. It's for all of us to talk to that new person. So it's on our shoulders, those who have been here a long time, to make a point of saying hello to Carol and to explain the process and whatnot. So remember that when you're one of the people who've been here for a while. So do that. And then we have, for today's Sergeant Arms, we have a little trivia, get to know some members of Rotary trivia. So really spent a lot of time with consultants figuring out what the best questions were to ask members. And we're going to go through a little of this. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide the room in half. So this over here is half, over here is the other half. And this side, my right side is playing on behalf of, if you win, there's a prize. And you're playing on behalf of Sue Horace. She's not really a member, but her husband Farron is. But she asked for something, so if you all win, Sue gets the prize. And over here on this side, you all are playing for Julie Toledo, because she asked for something, and if you all win, Julie gets the prize. So no pressure,
Julie really wants it, and Sue really wants it, so no pressure. Right, don't mess up. Okay, so trivia, you need to figure out who this person is, and we'll keep score, this side against that side. Okay, so asked a few questions, and the answer to one of the questions was about a, let me see the question. Craziest, strangest kind of vitamin or healthcare craze you might have tried. So this is a member who answered that question. Crazy healthcare, or diet craze you might have tried. Okay, so this is a member, you need to guess the member. So during a weight loss craze, I ordered an exercise system, a pair of rubberized bloomers. They had a hose attachment that connected to your vacuum. So you would turn the system on and jog in place. Yeah. So, well, I had started, I can't read that on now. I was selling vacuums door to door, and I ended up blowing the motor on an electric bus demo. So spoiler alert, if you're running for 45 minutes, you're gonna lose weight, whether you have bloomers on or not. And this is a story I tell the students in the weight loss class when I was a campus wellness trainer. And that's when I met Billy Banana. I don't know, that's a story for another time. This person says, any guess? Oh, you might have known that story. Oh, you never told that animal story. Okay. 1 point this side. Okay. Okay, next question. One of the things I asked, and of all the people that answered, I think almost everybody answered, this was sort of the funnest one that I enjoyed the most, the answer to was give me a list of all of the different jobs you might have had in your life. You know, just going to read the list. So I'm going to read this list and you're going to guess who this might have been. Grocery store box boy, theater usher, department store Santa Claus, meter reader, high school teacher, coach, administrator, community college counselor, instructor, and then I'm going to stop the rest of it and give it away. That was kind of fun. Okay, now I'm going to go on to the next question that they might have before you guess. Number 5. The question was something you're proud of but others don't know, or society doesn't get much credit for. Something you might do that you don't get a lot of credit for. Okay. I was the first University of Oregon student ever to earn high honors on the Education Policy and Management Doctoral Comprehension Exam. So both of those. If you got a guess?
Right.
It's tied 1-1.
Meter
reader, huh? Okay, next one. One of the questions we asked was, in desperation, I've done blank to fix something or make something work. So in desperation, this is a new person. I used a bungee cord to fix 4th gear on my Volkswagen.
Can I get that? Yeah.
Well, it's their turn to guess. Got no guess? Okay, you go ahead. Go ahead. Jan, okay. I'm going to read another answer from this person. So we're still guessing the same person. Jobs. Yard work, painter's helper, stock boy, shoe sales, women's, shipping clerk, botany lab tech, ghostwriter, carpenter, spoon ring artist, and I'm going to stop there and make it the rest of the way. Okay, I'm going to go to the next question. Same person now. This is an answer to another question. Question number 6. Question number 6 was, what's something you do that others may see as neurotic or overly fussy, or perhaps the extreme opposite of overly neurotic? So answer to that one was, I'm constantly looking for the double entendre or the unusual pun. I think it probably has to do with my love of language. Well, you already missed once. I think they need to answer. You ever hear it? No? Okay, back to you. Lutz it is. Number 1. They are ahead. Okay. No pressure, but they are ahead. Okay, next person. Okay. All right, here we go. I also asked for quotes, and I suggested maybe from grandma or grandpa. I don't know. I wanted John over there because I was really thinking, John, are you awake? John. I was thinking of John when I came up with this question because he's always got so many quotes and he gave us those for inspirations. And I love some of those quotes. So anyway, so this was a quote from this person. always take the high road. And another quote he said, excuse me, was gather the children, save the world. Some of this person's jobs: cow punching, barmaid, bowling league coordinator, school bus driver, consultant, theater usher and ticket seller, door-to-door salesperson, forestry worker. Any guess on that one? Those are all the answers I captured. Well, you just said, did you cheat? All right, go ahead.
I wasn't being a really good listener, but I'm gonna guess Jeff.
Okay, well, okay. The other part about this whole thing is all of the people that are new, I was gonna somehow call you all out, because you're new members. I was gonna call you all out and make you answer these things too, but this is just, you're absorbing this, because there's gonna be a test later, okay? So you better pay attention to who's who around here, okay? All right, any other guesses? Let me do that again, okay. So, quotes, yes, the person is here. Okay, I'm gonna go to one of the quotes that I thought would give it away. So I'll go to the quote I think would give it away. This person also said in one of their quotes, excuse me. Whatever the question, love is the answer.
Oh, I know that one. I know that one. Julie's got her hand up.
Oh, you're Julie.
Okay.
Yes, Brenda. All right, all right. Okay, we'll do two more. Next question. This is an answer to the quotes from my neighborhood papa told me, be careful what you get good at. I really like that question. So this was advice to somebody when they were younger, and it was be careful what you get good at. There's no real clue in that, but I thought the quote was great. Okay, this person, variety of in desperation, I've done blank to fix something, to make something work. This person said, we used a Dachshund hatchback to haul firewood because we didn't have a truck and we only had wood heat. We would follow around trees incorporated to cut down trees with power lines and left the wood behind. We couldn't afford a chainsaw, so we used a skill saw to cut up the wood and fit it in our Dachshund. Ironically, we now have one of the largest antique chainsaw collections in the Rogue Valley. Nope. Nope. Okay, no guess. All right, I'm gonna go on. Another clue from this person. No, this one's what was it?
But go ahead. You have a guess out.
Okay, one more. This person's job list is really damn long, so I'm not gonna read it. I mean, it is. This person has done a long. Okay, you want to read it? Okay, all right, I'm just gonna read it verbatim. I didn't even remember this. Okay, my first job was mowing lawns and babysitting the age of 11. I worked retail at Sean Market. I managed Riverbanks Market for 5 years. I worked with Perfect Pet, taking care of fishermen. I have detailed cars. I have directed plays, the fund many plays, including Miracle on 34th Street, the Landry Project, Phil Mockingbird, the Trip to Bountiful. I've performed dozens of other plays and written some of the material myself. I've worked as an editor. I've worked for Rural Metro Fire. I was a pawnbroker at the Cash Connection. That was interesting. I worked at Highland Health and as an activities assistant. I have been a teacher for most of my life, and this month is my 26th year at RCC, where I've been an advisor and instructor and tutor. I'm going to keep reading because this is long. You all know the answer already. I know that. I've served as faculty advisor to student government as the leadership teacher for 15 years, and opened an amazing leadership team that helped develop student leaders, professionals within our community. I have worked as a comedy show host. I have been a public speaker. I taught at Brighton Academy. I have taught the Rogue Music Theater for many years. I have survived by buying and selling used cars. I've owned hundreds of cars. I was a real estate agent for a bit. That was a nightmare. I invested $5,000 and made $546. I have worked for fast food, Taco Bell, Walmart. I worked at the Walmart Portrait Studio as a salesperson project. I've done quite a bit of event planning and wedding photography. I worked for Project E Plus as a GED instructor. Craziest? Yes, okay. There's a few other comments on this one. Jenny, so 3 to 2, they're ahead. Julie, you're falling behind. You need to pump up your game here. Okay, last one. Last one. What was that? Yeah, but I heard you say, so you know what? You're my wife. She's helping you. You found one. Okay, so this is a quote. Quote from Grandma. I might need a little help. Scheid von den Hund. So Grandma's German. And this is throw to the dog. And what this means is don't throw things, don't insult, don't hurt people, but do it to the dog instead. Do you have a guess? Oh, you're good. Yes, Suzanne. Yes. Now, so I'm gonna go two more and I'm gonna be done. Okay. Our two men, I'm gonna give you two more Suzanne's and it's time. I'll have to figure out how to do a tiebreaker. Odd jobs. She taught childcare classes at a women's prison. Very interesting. She said, I learned more from them than I taught, excuse me. Fascinating. And then Suzanne is a very accomplished, successful person because I was diagnosed with dyslexic as an adult. Didn't know she was dyslexic. Interesting. Okay, there's a few others here that we'll quick because we're out of time. So we're tied 3-3. Okay. Julie, I'm thinking of a number 1 to 10. What is it? How'd you get that? Yeah. Julie ordered one of those from that yard art auction we had to raise money for the Veterans Housing Project. She wanted that one of those. Okay, so we are done with Sergeant Lawrence. Thank you for those that answered the trivia question thing. We have more for another time. Now we have 2 cards or happy bucks. Thank you for that. Happy bucks. Somebody. Got him? Jim.
Yes, I'd like to give $5 for Bruce. Last year when I was president, well, if I needed anything, I would call or email him and he would respond immediately. So I just want to thank him and thanks for coming today.
Anyone else?
Have 32 happy bucks. 32 happy bucks for my 32nd wedding anniversary.
I just need to add that we met many years ago. I answered a postcard, as it was, for her, and we talked on the phone for about an hour. And then we said, "Oh, we got to go to the next step, which is we'll go to dinner." And so I brought out my spreadsheet and said, "I have a time on Thursday in 3 weeks. How about that?" And she says, "Don't be ridiculous. We're going to lunch tomorrow."
Congratulations. That sounded about right too. Anyone else? I have $5. Deb and I just bought a travel trailer, a used, old, not real old, but moderately old travel trailer. You got a few fixes to do, but it's gonna be fun. We don't have to crawl over the top of each other in the middle of the night for the bathroom. We now have a bathroom, which is nice, and then we have a refrigerator, which would be nice too without the ice. So that was our 3 sort of things we had to have with the refrigerator, bathroom. I mean, I'm going to miss you crawling over me in the middle of the night, but it's some bummer to that part. But bathroom would be nice too.
Hey, Doug.
Oh, yeah, put some money in for that.
Kelly's got.
Kelly, oh, hang on, you got to unmute her.
Unmute.
Kelly, speak. Unmute yourself.
Okay, sorry about this voice, but I have happy bucks because, you know, we're such great animal people and we love our kitties that we got from the shelter. And Margaret is just the best. Thank you for inspiring us, Margaret, and for all that she does. And yeah, so we're throwing in our money for that.
Wonderful. Hope you feel better too. You're overly at the moment, I hear.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Hey.
I'm looking forward to the exam for all the new members. It'll be fun. And also we have 2 kitties that we got from a shelter, but they were fostered first, so they were very well trained. They came from a great foster home, so we love our kitties.
Yeah, that foster thing, we go there to meet the lady, she's real nice, and they spent a couple of cash and stuff, these baby kittens we're gonna get, and she's literally saying, like, you gotta handle them though, so she's got these kittens, she's got them upside down, and she's especially their paws, and she's hanging them upside down, and she's just playing with her paws. They are very well socialized cats, and apparently it works. So they're really easy going cats, and they don't mind to mess around with.
I have 5 happy butts also, just in response to whoever said, be careful what you get good at. Because I didn't know until I was 40 years old that I was good at fundraising, and nobody has left me alone. Thanks for that.
Yeah, in the trivia, some of that was the most interesting. I mean, I enjoyed the different jobs, just to kind of read people's histories, kind of a fun thing to look at. But some of the quotes of what people said, that one and the one from the Suzanne's grandmother, German grandmother, fascinating. Yeah. Anyone else? No. Greg. Yes.
Thanks. I just wanted to cap off a little bit of, I think Margaret's comment about how cats and staff and dogs and owners. Cat and a dog happened to die on the same day and went to heaven. And St. Peter asked the dog, why should I let you in? And the dog said, well, I went on a paper route with the boy that I lived with 12 years. One night, the house was on fire. I woke everyone up and saved everyone's life. And St. Peter said, okay, you're in. He turns to the cat and said, why should I let you in? And the cat says, because you're in my chair.
That was good. Okay, we did our card draw. The winner is the 6 of spades. That's spade? That's a spade, right? Club. That's spade. 6 of spades. Somebody. Oh. That you owe me, right? We worked that out.
That is ominous for a prospective new member. Wow, what do you think? Okay, thanks everybody. What a great meeting. Thank you to Lisa for being a greeter, Pat Path, John Jones. Welcome again, Bruce Reese. Thank you for all of your service. And don't forget to sign up for your badge in the back if you would like one. Thanks everybody again. And thought for the day. You guys have heard this one before, but it's worth it. It's staying in the same mood that we are. I'm not offended by dumb blonde jokes because I know I'm not dumb and I know I'm not blonde. That's Dolly Parton. See y'all next week.
Thanks for letting us sit in.
Thanks for coming. And just a reminder, we need to get out of here.
Yeah.
If you want to carry on conversation and stuff, you're all welcome to go into the pub area.